I just wanted to clarify some stuff with textual criticism. You would probably agree that essentially textual differences don't disprove Christianity, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, right. So, but doesn't that erode and muddy the water for non-believers and Christianity in general? Because obviously we need the Bible as our final authority and the revelation of God. But there's the argument, obviously, between the received text and the critical text.
No, I don't think so. And here's why. Let me, first of all, do we have an accurate copy of the original New Testament? And this is a thing that we didn't go through here today, so let me just go through it quickly. 43% of the 8,000 New Testament verses are in manuscripts earlier than 225 AD.
I completely agree that the Bible was infallible, and I'm on the side of agreeing with the King James Bible as the final authority.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering why, more specifically, I would say, like, you agreed on the first day that the law of non-contradiction is undeniable. But I would argue that the different manuscripts, the received text and the critical text, contradict one another, when the critical text would say in 1 Corinthians that we're being saved, and the King James received text says we are saved. And so how can you be saved and be being saved at the same time? It's contradictory. Yeah, it muddies the water.
Well, I don't know if that's contradictory. I mean, it might be that one is suggesting you are saved, the other says it's a process. And if one way it could be talking about justification, you are saved, another could be talking about sanctification, which is a process. But the points of difference in the text, even Bart Ehrman admits none of those variants in the text actually affect any substantial Christian doctrine. But let me point out why God may have chosen not to maintain the originals. Let's just say we don't have an original document, but we have 4 copies of it. And we're trying to recreate the original, right? Say the first copy has an error there in the third word. You see the error there. And the next copy has an error in the second, or in the third word, the second letter. Another copy has another error in it, and the fourth copy still has another error in it. Can you figure out what the original said? Yes, right? You just compare the copies and you realize that this is exactly the way you can discover what the original said. Now, if God had preserved the original, and I had the original, what could I do with it?
Change.
I could change it, right? But if you had a copy, 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 and I tried to change my copy, the rest of you can say, Turk, you're a heretic. Our copy doesn't say that. Yours does. Yours is the outlier. It's wrong.
Sure.
So strangely, by not preserving the original, he preserves the original.
Of course.